Ian from RTO here. Welcome to another live album ranking, which means it's Friday already. Where did this week go? So today we're going to look at one of my favourite musicians. We're going to look at John Wetton. Born in 1949, sadly died in 2017 of cancer. Great loss to the music world. Apart from his solo career, I mean, he's played with lots of people, of course. He's spent time in King Crimson, was part of UK and Family, Roxy Music for a little while, Uriah Heep, Wishbone, formed another band called Icon with Jeffrey Downes. Just a great musician and great songwriter, of course. I haven't got all of them. These are just the ones I've got because there are so many, and there's so many that repeat, and there's the same. So these are the 10 that I own, and let's have a quick look at them then. So coming in at number 10, I have an album released in was recorded in 1999 at the Sun Plaza in Tokyo and released in 2000. On here we've got John Wetton on the bass and guitar and lead vocals, Steve Chrisley on the drums, David Kilminster guitars, and Martin Orford on the keyboards. Opens up with the bit that he always opens up his concerts with, and so did sort of, you got Asia as well, The Circle of St Giles, Last Thing On In My Mind, Soul Survivor, Battle Lines, one of his solo songs, Book of Saturday, Emma, The Smile Has Left Your Eyes, The Night Watch, In the Dead of Night from UK, of course, Easy Money, Rendezvous, another UK song, Starless, of course, from King Crimson, Heat of the Moment, Don't Cry, Easy Money, and After All. Some of them are the same. It's a good set, goes through lots of songs from his career, but what lacks this is the production. They didn't get his bass right. You can hardly hear his bass line, which has always been the prominent thing of John Wetton. So I don't play this one so much. I was quite disappointed really when I brought it. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 5 out of 10. Coming in at number 9, this is a release from 2015 called Live Via Satellite. Now this is a 2 CD collector's set. It's radio acoustic concerts that John did. One is recorded in Sweden in 1998 and the other one 2002 in Washington DC. Very similar sets. You get The Circle of St Giles, Heat of the Moment, Book of Lines, Battle Lines, Archangel, The Smile Has Left Your Eyes, Easy Money, Emma, 30 Years, Hold Me Now, Rendezvous, The Night Watch, You're Not the Only One, and Starless is on CD 1. On CD 2 you get The Circle of St Giles, Heat of the Moment, Mondrango, Book of Saturdays, The Smile Has Left Your Eyes, 30 Years, Hold Me Now, Archangel, Emma, Soul Survivor, Rendezvous, The Water Is Ride, Starless, Battle Lines, and The Celtic Cross. Okay, some of these songs sound really good acoustic, and there's others that just don't. For example, Starless sounds really good as an acoustic, but Heat of the Moment doesn't. 30 Years, the UK song, it just lacks something. I don't think they sound good acoustic, especially some of the Asia songs and UK songs. You need that substance. They're good, don't get me wrong, they are a pleasant listen, but there's 2 that I wouldn't go to this album, so I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 5.8. Okay, then coming in at number 8 we have another acoustic album that was released in 1996. It's called Akustika, live in America. Again, we've got Voice of America, that's pretty good as acoustic number. Hold Me Now, Rendezvous, it's a lot better than on the previous album. I think he changed it a little bit. Sounds pretty good. Rendezvous 602. Christina, 30 years. Now it just lacks something. Might be called Alan Oldsworth. Only time will tell. Book a Saturday. Don't Cry sounds good because they've done. Asia used to do this as an acoustic. Battle Lines. A Smile Has Left Your Eyes. That's all right. Heat at the Moment just doesn't sound right. Nor does You're Not the Only One. It's a little bit better acoustic. I don't know, the production sounds a lot better. It's not a bad album actually. I don't mind playing this one. I prefer to play this acoustic album than the other one. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 6 out of 10. Okay, then coming at number 7, we've got an album come out in 2003. It's live at Osaka in Tokyo Club Quattro. Recorded in 1997 on the 2nd of the 10th, 1997. Drums were Thomas Lang, guitar Billy Lyons Gang, keyboards John Young, and John Wetton doing the bass and the vocals. Get the usual intro, Last Thing on My Mind. Going to be solo songs, pretty good. Soul Survivor, really good. I Can't Lie Anymore. Battle Lines, love that track. It's really good live. Archangel's really good live as well. Emma. A Smile Has Left Your Eyes. Then we get The Night Watch, which is a pretty cool track live. Really adds a little bit to it. Absolutely classic. And everything's gone wrong on me thing. Do bear with me. That's better. All froze up. Where did we get to? The Night Watch. 30 Years. Great version of that. Hold Me Now. Only Time Will Tell. A really good version of Rendezvous. Get a drum solo. Easy Money. The classic In the Dead of Night from UK. After All. Heat of the Moment. And a really good version of Starless. And the concert ended with Don't Cry. Solid album. Just a great mixture of them tracks from his career. So I'll give this one an RTO ranking of 6.5. Okay, then coming in at number 6, little album I picked up. I don't know what year it come out. I think it's round about the 2003 time again, and it's live in Argentina, and it was recorded during the South American tour of 1996. So John Wetton does all the guitar, bass and vocals, and acoustic guitar. Martin Orford on the keyboards, Billy Lyons Gang on the guitar, and Thomas Lang on the drums. This opens up with In the Dead of the Night, which is absolutely brilliant. What a track to open up. Soul Survivor, Only Time Will Tell, a really good version of Voice of America. Book a Saturday, I love the solo songs. Smile Has Left Your Eyes, great version of 30 Years. Hold Me Now. Films, Rendezvous 602, great version of that. Again, then you get a drum solo. Caught in the Crossfire, great version of that. Easy Money, excellent version of that. Love that song. Battle Lines, Heat of the Moment, Starless, Don't Cry. Very similar set to the one done at Osaka, but the production on this is so much better. It's a great show. I like listening to this. It's got some of the best versions of his classics, especially some of the UK ones. They really sound good on here. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. Okay then, coming in at number 5. Now this is an album that he recorded with Ken Hensley. It's called One Way or Another. In 2001, recorded at the Forum in London. And then you get a little bonus here. You get 7 tracks recorded by Asia that were on an album called Live in Nottingham. So on the first 6 tracks, it's Ken Hensley on the keyboard, slide guitar and lead vocals, John Wetton on the bass and electric and acoustic guitars and vocals, Dave Kilminster on lead guitar, Andy Pyle on the bass, John Young on the keyboards, and Steve Christie on the drums. And for the Asia tracks, it is John Wetton, Carl Palmer, John Young and Holger Larish on guitars. Opens up with a Ken Hensley song, One Way and Another. Love that song. Battle Lines, Emma, Hold Me Now, After All, Heat of the Moment. All really good tracks. Then you get the bonus tracks. You got Voice of America, Praying for a Miracle, Days Like These, and Go. It's a good little album. It's great hearing John and Ken together. Obviously they work together in Uriah Heep. Really good little album, and I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 7.3. Also in 2002 they released another sort of a set, and it's called More Than Conquerors. This is a stunning, momentous night when two of the Ken and John joined forces to celebrate a combined musical heritage. So it's about the same package as the previous one, sort of thing. Again, this was done on the same place. So it's Andy Pyle, John Wetton on bass, drums Steve Christie, guitar John Wetton, keyboards John Young, organ and slide guitar Ken Hensley. First track we get is a little medley of La Teresa Secreta, A Minor Lives and Easy Living. Great to hear some of them Heap songs. Then we get Return to Fantasy, July Morning, Confession, The Wizard, I Don't Want to Wait, Out of My Control, Tell Me, and Lady in Black. Great to play some of the stuff they play together in Uriah Heep. It's a really good album. These two with Hensley and Wetton. There is a DVD of this as well, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.5. Okay, then coming in at number 3, this is a Wetton Downs Icon Urban Psalm Live. This is recorded at St Mary Le Beau Church in the City of London in 2009. So here we have John Wetton on lead vocals, bass guitar and 12-string guitar, Jeffrey Downs on the keyboards and vocoder. Dave Kilminster has done a lot of work with John. Obviously he's worked with Steve Wilson and Roger Waters as well. Hugh McDowell on cello, from sadly no longer with us, of course. But he played the cello. We've got Anne-Marie Helder from Panic Room on the voice and flute, and Pete Riley on the drums. So we've got songs here from the Icon albums. Countdown to Zero, pretty good. Then we get Go, Asia, I've Come to Take You Home, Twice the Man I Was, Elstree, really nice song. The Voice of America, brilliant, because The Die Is Cast is one of the Icon songs, that's brilliant. To Catch a Thief. Then we get Starless, Paradox, Let Me Go, Raven, True Colours, Heat of the Moment, Rubicon, Don't Go Tonight, My Own Time, Days Like These, In the End, Rock and Roll Dream, brilliant. Now, this being recorded in a church, the atmospherics are brilliant on this. Get a lot of stuff off the Icon albums, and I love them Icon albums that he did with Jeff. Also get a bit of Asia and a bit of King Crimson in there. It's a really good show. Again, this one is on DVD. It's a really good show, and I'll give this an RTO ranking of 7.8. Okay, then coming in at number 2. Now, this is my latest one. I got about 6 months ago. And it's called New York Minute with the Les Paul Trio. It's probably one of the last things he sort of recorded. It was for prostate cancer charity, I think, as well. And it was recorded at the Idrium Club in New York in 2013. It's got John Wetton on the vocals and the Les Paul Trio, where Lou Palo on guitar, Nicky Parrott on acoustic and electric bass, and Carlton Holmes on the piano. This is basically cover songs and a few of his own. So Opens up with a great version of Steely Dan's Do It Again. Fantastic version. Then they do a really good version of What's Going On from Marvin Gaye. And then they do I prefer this version to the Beach Boys, God only knows. Then we have a track by Brian Faith, Can't Find My Way Home, pretty cool. All Along the Watchtower, the Jimi Hendrix number, of course, sounds really good. New York Minute from Don Henley. Lady Madonna, a Beatles classic. Heat of the Moment from Asia. And Battle Lines, one of his solo songs. A charity gig, but they're great covers. I really like this album. I think it's probably some of the last stuff that I've got recorded now by John before he sadly passed. So I do like listening to this. Okay, they're all covers, but they're great versions, and it was for a good cause. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. Okay then, my number one John Wetton album. It's called Never in a Million Years. It's Icon, 2006. Recorded during the Icon live shows. Now as you know, I love those Icon albums, and these versions are really good. So we got John on guitar, acoustic, harmonica and bass, Jeffrey Downes on the keyboards and vocals, John D. Mitchell on guitars, and Steve Christley on the drums. Starts off with Payne Bruno, another bit of music they like to use. Heat Goes On, great hearing that again. Only Time Will Tell, Voice of America, Asia, I Lay Down, one of the Icon songs. Days Like These, brilliant. Bolero, a little bit of Jeffrey Downes having some fun. Meet Me at Midnight, Never in a Million Years, brilliant. We Move as One, a little bit of The Paradox, which is excellent. Let Me Go, Don't Cry, Open Your Eyes, which is a really good version. Probably one of the best versions I've heard, and The Smile Has Left Your Eyes. Love this album. The tracks off the Icon albums are brilliant. They're much better. They're brilliant studio, but they're even better live. And some really good versions of the Asia tracks. Play this album a lot. It's got the best, for some reason, it's got the best production. John's on fire, like Jeff is. It's a great show. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.5. Okay then, that's part one, because today, of course, I didn't forget to mention, we've got a Super Friday today. Got 2 new album reviews to do as well. So this is part one. We've got 2 more to do. So I'll be back later for a couple of album reviews. We've got Alter Bridge and Roger Taylor's new live album. See you later. Bye for now.